Hello, my name is Angela B. or Angie, and I'm coming to Colombia to teach English. In college I studied neuroscience at Pomona College, and I'll be going to Popayán in Cauca to be teaching English at la Universidad del Cauca. Fulbright is one of the most prestigious programs, and I definitely knew that I wanted to be teaching English for a big chunk of my life. I think teaching English is incredibly gratifying. The dissemination of information in general is very important, and I felt as an American citizen, as a US citizen, I had a good grasp of the English language, and that was maybe one of my only skills that I could contribute to other societies. And having grown up in an immigrant family, I definitely understand the struggles that come with not understanding a language that can lead to better improvement, lead to upward social mobility. So I definitely wanted to be a part of, again, disseminating that sort of knowledge, that sort of information to other people. I chose Colombia for my Fulbright grant because it's an incredibly diverse country. I know that there are a lot of different histories leading up to its current state of affairs, such as the Afro-African population, the induction of different European investors, I guess, as well as the indigenous population. And with a mix of all these different cultures, I was really excited and honestly just intrigued by the diversity that's present within Colombia specifically. I think something that surprised me about Colombia is maybe the boldness of the people. A couple of days ago we went to an English speaking club where we spoke with a bunch of locals in English, and a lot of people actually came up to us, I think mainly because they were really interested in practicing their English, but they were also very down to dance with us, to have fun with us afterwards. And I think that's a very, very enticing aspect of Colombia, the fact that people just seem to be so warm and friendly and outgoing and want to really build actual, truly deep personal connections with other people. I have a lot of expectations for my ETA grant in Colombia. Since I'll be going to a smaller city, I really hope to be fully immersed in that community. I don't want to travel too much because I really, again, want to get to know the city, get to know Popayán, get to know its people and everything going on within it. I also hope to make really good relationships with people at my university, not only with the students that I'm teaching, but also with other professors and even with other members of the community. In the past, I've done a lot of English teaching camps that were ranging from maybe 2 weeks to like maybe maximum 3 months, but never anything so long term. So that's probably what draws me most to this year-long Fulbright program, is the long term of things. I think that this Fulbright grant is going to help me develop in so many different ways when I return to the United States. In the future, I hope to be a doctor working with marginalized populations, specifically Latino populations. So of course, being in Colombia will help me gain a really more enriched understanding of Colombian culture, but maybe a bit of Latin American culture in general too, if I travel around different areas of Latin America. And so as I begin to gain this grasp of I guess Colombian culture and the Spanish language, I hope to really begin to understand the different struggles that people have as they come from different places, places that I probably never would have understood had I just stayed in the United States. And I think all of this understanding and experience will make me a much better physician and a much better global citizen. I think that there are so many different benefits that Colombia will receive from Fulbright students from the United States. First of all, maybe the fact that I don't look like the average white American that people might think of as like representative of the United States. I think seeing a face that's not, European or white appearing will be very informative to the Colombian population in terms of understanding that, not everyone in the United States is incredibly affluent. We don't all look like they look like on the movies. We're not all beautiful and blonde or whatever. But that people will begin to gain an understanding of the United States as also a very culturally diverse place with a lot of different people and a lot of different stories. I think that also especially for the small cities within Colombia, it'll be very nice to hear that someone has traveled to their small city just to teach English, just to get to know them. It really shows that the United States is not just this uppity sort of elitist country, but that we're also very interested in other global affairs going on, specifically in Colombia. Okay. Ven a Colombia!